After the blast radius of Extraction, Netflix decided it had a franchise. Not because the first one earned it, but because enough people watched it with the volume up. So they brought back Hemsworth, doubled the damage, and gave the camera a gym membership. And here's where Extraction 2 comes in, to pretend there was something worth building. We're breaking down the upgrade illusion, the franchise fatigue, and the sequel that confuses escalation for improvement. Extraction 2 dropped in June 2023, exactly 3 years after Part 1. Same director, same lead, same idea. Put Chris Hemsworth through stunt hell and hope it distracts from the script. Netflix never revealed the budget, which fits because there's no price tag for recycled ambition. Filming took place in the Czech Republic in Vienna. Georgia was just the backdrop. Not a single frame was shot there. The story might be set in Eastern Europe, but every scene screams green screen and scheduling crunch. The centerpiece is a 21-minute action sequence filmed to look like one shot. It's the entire pitch, and the rest of the movie folds itself around that demo like packing foam. Tyler Rake survived a bullet to the neck, a river coma, and Netflix analytics. Now he's healing in an Austrian cabin until Idris Elba appears. The job? Extract his ex-wife's sister and her 2 kids from a Georgian prison controlled by a crime family so generic you can't tell if they're gangsters or deleted Call of Duty skins. Kedavan, the sister, is there because she married the wrong man. Sandro, her son, wants to stay loyal to his warlord father until he doesn't. Nina, the younger kid, exists to be carried between set pieces. That's the hostage package. That's what justifies the prison fight scene, the explosions, and the rest of the budget. The mission isn't complicated. The writing just pretends it needs 2 hours and 3 countries to get done. Rake accepts because the boy reminds him of his dead son. Netflix calls that character motivation. The rest of us call it repetition with flashbacks. What follows is a blur of travel, shootouts, and attempts to convince the audience that trauma is depth and motion is meaning. No need for a twist or evolution, just bigger stunts surrounding the same empty center. Chris Hemsworth is quieter this time, because the script keeps mistaking silence for gravity. When he speaks, it's either exposition, a dead son reference, or instructions to stand back before he kills 30 men with a shovel. Farahani returns as Nick, still the only person in the cast who looks like they read the script and asked follow-up questions. Her presence is solid. Her dialogue isn't. Half her screen time is spent asking Rake if he's okay, and the other half carrying the movie's tactical IQ on her back. Zurab, our main antagonist, is a warlord, a brother, and a personality vacuum. He says things with the conviction of a man reading subtitles out loud. His arc is vengeance. His method is teleporting between scenes with infinite resources and zero presence. Sandro, the kid, the one Rake is supposed to save. He spends the movie sabotaging his own rescue, then switches sides, but only after half the cast is bleeding for it. Sam Hargrave returns to prove once again that he can film pain in motion. and absolutely nothing else. The stunts are brutal, creative, and relentless, but the camera's obsession with spectacle drains every scene of emotional context. Every shot is about what happens next, never about why it matters. The script was written by Joe Russo, which explains everything, but forgives nothing. He co-wrote Endgame, then came here to see what happens when you delete arcs and pace trauma over explosions. What we get is a playlist of cool parts from the first movie, shuffled, stitched, and padded with flashbacks like grief is a subscription plan. The first film was directionless but distinct. It knew it had no depth, so it sold motion. The sequel had a chance to evolve. It didn't. Instead of building out the world, it recycles format. Characters return only because the runtime needs bodies we recognize. The setup is bigger, but the result is smaller. Part 2 only exists because Part 1 was loud enough to trigger the algorithm. What should have been a course correction became brand reinforcement. Verdict: survived. Not for the story, not for the character work, for the people behind the camera who turned weightless material into controlled impact. Netflix already wants a Part 3. If they bring back Rake again, we'll be here.